Muhammad Ali, the fight that wasn't in the ring. April 28th, 1967, Houston, Texas. They call his name. Cassius Marcellus Clay. Silence. They call it again. He doesn't move. One step forward. That's all it would take. One step, and he keeps his championship. One step, and he keeps millions of dollars. One step, and he keeps America on his side. Instead, he says quietly, "I will not go." In that moment, Muhammad Ali stopped being just the heavyweight champion of the world. He became the most controversial man in America. But this wasn't a sudden act of rebellion. It was the final round of a fight that started years earlier, in a segregated city with a stolen bicycle. Chapter 1. The Boy Who Said He'd Be King. Louisville, Kentucky, January 1942. A city split in two, black and white, separate and unequal. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. grows up in a clapboard house on Grand Avenue. His neighbor remembers him clearly. He would hold up his hands and say, "Let me spar," every morning. Then he'd run beside the bus instead of riding it. Even as a boy, he didn't move like others. He floated. And he made a promise. He told me then he'd be heavyweight champion one day. The turning point? A stolen bicycle. My bicycle was stolen, and my cousin said he would train me if I ever caught the thief. He never found the thief, but he found something better. Purpose. Over 6 years as an amateur, 100 wins, 5 losses, 6 Kentucky Golden Gloves, 2 national titles, and in 1960, Rome. He defeats Poland's Zbigniew Pietraszkowski. Gold medal around his neck. America cheers. But back home, America still won't serve him at a restaurant. "Hey you, I can't serve you. Now leave." The legend says he threw his medal into the Ohio River. Whether myth or memory, the symbolism stuck. He had won gold for a country that wouldn't sit him at a counter. That tension would never leave him. Chapter 2. The Louisville Lip. October 1960. His first professional fight. Across the ring stands Tony Hunsaker, a boxer and police chief. 6 rounds later, Clay wins by decision. And something else begins. A performance. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Heavyweights were supposed to guard high and slug. Ali kept his hands low. He danced. He predicted rounds. "I'll beat him in 8. Television was rising, and Ali understood it instinctively. Controversy sells. Confidence intimidates. Prediction becomes prophecy. By 1963, he's undefeated in 18 fights. But in London, Henry Cooper drops him with a brutal left hook. Saved by the bell. A crack in the armor. He recovers and wins. But the scare proves something. He's not invincible. And that makes him compelling. Then comes the monster. Chapter 3. The Night He Shocked the World. February 25th, 1964. Miami Beach. Sonny Liston. Ex-convict, knockout artist, massive fists, terrifying presence. Most believe Clay will be destroyed. Ali dominates early. Then in round 4, something burns his eyes. To this day, No one agrees what it was. Liniment? Sabotage? Accident? He survives. And in round 7, Liston refuses to continue. Muhammad Ali is heavyweight champion of the world. But within days, he drops another bomb. He joins the Nation of Islam. I don't have to be what you want me to be. He changes his name. Cassius Clay is dead. Muhammad Ali is born. This isn't just sports anymore. It's race, religion, identity. In 1960s America, that's dynamite. Chapter 4: The Man versus the Machine. The U.S. government reclassifies him as eligible for the draft. Vietnam is escalating. Ali is 26 years old. Champion. At his peak. Induction likely means deployment. He studies his faith deeper, and he decides, no, under no conditions will I take part in wars to take lives. Why should I go 10,000 miles to drop bombs on brown people who never bothered me? This wasn't popular. Sponsors pulled away. Polls turned against him. Even other black leaders distanced themselves. He fights Cleveland Williams, destroys him. He fights Ernie Terrell, punishes him brutally for refusing to call him Muhammad. What's my name? But the real fight was outside the ring. April 28, 1967. He refuses induction. He is arrested, convicted of draft evasion, stripped of his titles, banned from boxing. At 27, prime years, gone. No license, no income, no ring. 5 years in legal limbo. The heavyweight champion reduced to speaking on college campuses to survive. And here's the why. This wasn't just about Vietnam. It was about autonomy. For a black Muslim athlete in 1960s America, obedience was expected. Defiance was unforgivable. But he didn't bend. Chapter 5: Redemption and Reckoning. Georgia grants him a license. He returns, defeats Jerry Query, then Oscar Bonavena, and then Joe Frazier. The fights of the century. For 14 rounds, they trade punishment. In the 15th, Frazier's left hook drops him. Ali loses his first professional fight. But something had shifted. Public opinion. By 1971, the Supreme Court overturns his conviction. Unanimous decision. The government was wrong. 5 lost years, but he had won something greater. Respect. He stood alone against the state, and history vindicated him. One commentator said, I don't remember anybody, except maybe Nathan Hale, who stood one man against an entire government. Ali wasn't hanged. He was acquitted. And in the court of public opinion, he had already won. Epilogue. More than a fighter. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a boxer. He was a mirror. America saw in him its divisions, its hypocrisy, its evolution. He changed how fighters marketed themselves. He changed how athletes used their platforms. He changed what it meant to be champion. Not just the best in the ring, but willing to risk everything outside it. And maybe that's the greatest punch he ever threw. Not at Sonny Liston, not at Joe Frazier, but at the idea that fame must equal obedience. He once said, I am the greatest. At first, it sounded like arrogance. In hindsight, it sounds like prophecy.